Jesus Christ, you're making us fucking late, Tony.
Many times as you've been late, I wouldn't fucking talk. Shut the fuck up. Welcome back, everybody. For once, I was late today. It's weird.
the natural order of things are unbalanced.
It is. I got cat hair all over this fucking hat. Oh, God damn it.
You know what? You get your cat hair gone. Real quick, guys. I just wanted to let everybody know I did not forget about the giveaway. I messaged the person about the fucking shoes. She is a year out on shoes. So but we are people of our words over here at STFU.
Hold on a minute. You started a giveaway that we didn't have the product for?
I didn't think she was going to be so fucking booked up.
Oh, you poor dumb bastard. You're making us look bad.
I'm going to get them something equally as awesome. In fact, Tony's about to be the first one to have one. Tony's about to be the first one of anybody to have one, and I'm going to make yours. Then I'm going to make mine. I'm going to make mine last. That's how much I care about our viewers, Tony. All right, I'm putting myself last.
I mean, you don't have to put yourself last. We just do it for you usually. But, like, I mean, dude, you're making us look bad, all right? You're making us look bad in more ways than just your camera, okay? You're making us look bad.
I've been thinking about that, and early next year, we are switching to a Mac. It's happening. I've been saying it forever, but it's going to happen.
Early next year.
Next year.
So Trump's inauguration, he'll have a Mac.
Jeez. But I just wanted to get, and like I've been trying to get the winner picked, but every time I message Tony, I'm like, hey, we should pick a winner. I was like, when you want to do it? He's like, I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna backtrack through all the episodes. I'm gonna do it myself, guys. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna do it tonight, and so we will announce the winner next podcast.
Fucking Jesus Christ, dude! You put enough fucking shit on me. I've got enough to do. I already fucking edit this bitch. I post it. I have to fucking post it on YouTube, send it to you, and then I got the band shit going on. You literally do nothing all fucking day. You have no fucking you have no marketable job skills. Nothing. You just fuck off all day. That's what you do.
I thought it would be fun for us to pick it together. All right. I was
don't like doing anything together with you. Like
I was trying to make us closer as a couple. God damn it!
No, you can go fuck right off. Is what you can do. All right. This is already an hour out of my fucking life. I'll never get back every week.
Then why do you keep showing up, motherfucker?
Because the people like it. They like me roasting you. Okay.
Tony, there's so much I want to fucking talk about. And let's start with, you know how fast the turnaround is now for a movie after it hits theaters?
Yeah.
Like it's in theaters, 4 or 5 weeks. Then all of a sudden it's fucking streaming. You can buy it on DVD. It's fucking everywhere. You remember when you missed a movie in the movie theater when we were growing up?
Yeah, it was like 2 years. It was like 2 fucking years before we got it on VHS.
You're like, oh my God, I missed it. I'm gonna have to wait so long.
I think I actually fucking talked about this on the podcast at one point. The Blockbuster Video thing.
No, you didn't. You did. I don't think you did.
All right, well, I'll do it. I'll do the bit because I got a bit for this. I've been I've always this has been part of my comedy act for years. And it was basically how I had to explain Blockbuster to my kid. Fucking. It's like, you'll never fucking get it. You'll never understand. When I was your age, we had to put on pants. We had to go to a brick and mortar building. It was all glass front, right? We had to drive. To go rent a movie. Okay. And that's actually, I have to stop myself. I have to stop myself every now and again, because anytime Netflix fucking buffers for more than 2 seconds, I get pissed off. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
What am I paying for? And then I have to remind myself that 10 years ago, this was not an option. You're sitting there waiting fucking 2 weeks giving your fucking computer AIDS so you could watch X2, and fucking like you boot it up and it's in fucking Korean. God damn it. But you had to drive to Blockbuster, right? And you had to walk through the door, and you were greeted by a guy who was pissed off you even showed up to rent movies. And you
had to pray. You had to pray. The movie you showed up for, unless it was like in the classic movies section or something, like if you were there for a new release, you had to fucking pray.
No. Okay, so you're fucking it up. You're fucking it up. You actually had to. Shit. You had to hope that your movie was big enough of a draw that they ordered more than 2 copies of that bitch, right? Because if they didn't order more than 2 copies, your ass wasn't seeing that today. And you walk up to the new release section, right? It was always in the same place. It was always in the left side of the store under a big banner that said new releases, right? And it was always in a red case. You had that bitch for 2 days, right? It was a 2-day rental. 2 days. You had to watch that fucking movie, right? So you had to plan out when you were going to watch that movie because you had to return it. So you go there, and again, your movie wasn't.
Time out. You guys didn't immediately watch the fucking movies as soon as you got home. Like as soon as we got home, my parents were making the popcorn, man, firing that bad boy up, like let it play through the fucking trailers.
Yeah, the fucking Jiffy Pop, and you go over there, and if your movie wasn't big enough, it wasn't there. So you had to go to the counter, and you had to be like, hey, has anybody returned this, right? And he keys it into the fucking the DOS system that they fucking had. He's like, we got 1 copy. He turns around and checks the fucking return bin. He's like, it's not there. So that means that it is somewhere in the store, right? Somewhere.
And
it means
it's always
that somebody
hidden behind
Gone with the Wind. So you always check there first. Gone with the Wind and Casablanca. You always check there first because those are the 2 movies that nobody fucking rented. So you had to traverse a sea of blockbuster favorites.
Those are both fucking classic movies. All right,
they're classics. That doesn't mean that people are watching them constantly. So the only people watching them are like Brendan Fraser from Blast from the Past. He's like, oh, this a new movie, but fucking. Like you had to traverse the sea of blockbuster favorites, which were 5-day rentals, right? And
yeah,
basically what had happened was somebody forgot their membership card at home and they hid it behind a movie so that they could come back and get it, right? That's what happened. It's always what happened. That's always the fucking thing because the people that actually stocked the shelves were on point, right? But you had to traverse a sea of faceless fucking movie cases that all of it was written on the spine. All the shit was always written on the spine, and it never lined up on the spine. It always curled over the fucking case, right? So you had to hold it at just the right angle fucking to see it, right? And you find this movie, you fucking in there for an hour trying to look for this fucking movie. You finally find the fucking movie and you take it up to the counter and they ask you the dumbest fucking question. And it was a psychological operation. I'm sure of it. Because he asked you, like, anything else? And then you turned around and you looked at the sea of candy that they had, right? And you're like, all right, well, let me get some fucking snow caps and a bucket of popcorn. Because they had the popcorn buckets, right? And you had to get the bucket of popcorn. You got your knockoff cotton candy that they kept in a vacuum seal. You got your snow caps, and you could take all that through the shit. But they had to hand you the movie around the thing because the magnets in it would erase the tape, and then you would owe Blockbuster $87,000. And fucking because VHSs were expensive. VHSs were expensive back in the day.
They cost so much money.
Dude, a VCR was almost $1,000. In the 90s. Do you have any idea how much $1,000 was in the 90s? Motherfucker, if you had a VCR, you were rich, motherfucker.
Dude, we had a like I remember my dad sitting at the table when the fucking VCR was acting up, just working on it.
Yeah.
Like
you couldn't afford to buy another one.
My dad was an electronics technician in the Coast Guard. So like he knew what the fuck he was doing. But like anybody else, like anybody who didn't have a dad that was an electrician, if their shit broke, you
had to call Zenith. So hold on a minute. So you get your shit and you get in the car, you go back home, right? And you make your popcorn, you sit down on the couch, you put the fucking tape in, and you see the end credits rolling. You're like, motherfucker, that son of a bitch didn't rewind it. So
he was not kind.
Yeah. That was another $2, right? If you didn't rewind it when you returned it, that was $2. But Blockbuster didn't rewind it either, so that's kind of bullshit. But So you had to take the tape out and you had to put it in that little Corvette rewinder, right? Everybody always had the same one. They always had the Corvette rewinder. Or if you weren't blessed with a Corvette rewinder, you had to rewind it on the VCR. So basically what you had to do was you had to hit the rewind, right? And then you got down on your knees and you prayed to the gods of Zenith that your VCR didn't eat the fucking tape. Because then you owe Blockbuster $87,000. And fucking, you're just sitting there. You're just sitting there waiting.
We got the Corvette rewinder fucking late in the game, like almost like right before. It was probably like a year before DVDs start taking over.
Yeah. So hold on a minute. Wait, hold on. So you get the thing rewinded, and it rewinds all the way back to the beginning, and you hear that fucking beautiful phrase, "Coming soon to own on home video."
New Line Cinema presents.
Yeah, fucking. It was you had the previews, which was bullshit, right? And we didn't think anything of it. We just fast forwarded through those. Or you had to sit there because again, you didn't want it to eat the tape because you owe Blockbuster $87,000. So you had to sit there. You had to sit there and wait for the fucking previews to get gone, right? And they had coming soon on home video, and they had theater. They had theater movies coming out on the tape.
Yeah.
So
it was a lot of fucking previews. It was so many previews.
There were at least fucking 6 of them, at least, right? And then right, you've got the sound adjusted everywhere you need it to be, so where the dialogue is fine and the explosions aren't gonna get the neighbors to call the cops, and then you hear the loudest fucking sound imaginable, right? We called it the THX logo.
The Lucas sound.
The THX logo. My God in heaven, that fucking thing. That would fucking that'd smoke your whole house out, right? That would fucking blow your goddamn speakers if you weren't careful.
No. Do you remember the RCA VCR cleaning VHS?
Yes. You had to clean the heads, guys. You had to clean the fucking heads in the VCR. Then miraculously, right? Miraculously, we had the feud. We had the fucking war. We had the disc wars. It was DVD versus Laserdisc.
And Laserdisc lost so fast.
Laserdisc was fucking horrendous, right? Laserdisc was like 4 fucking giant LP style fucking like discs. 2-sided, by the way. It's like Titanic would be on like an encyclopedia level Laserdisc, right? So you had to flip it over and then you had to put in the next disc. I actually, if you didn't have the discs right, you can actually watch a movie like way out of order. I actually watched Pulp Fiction in chronological order.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. It's actually a really good movie when you watch it front to back, But
it's a really good movie, no matter how you watch it, motherfucker.
It's a good point, very good point. But yeah. So DVD came out, and I remember the first fucking like DVDs, like VCRs went down to like $600, and then the DVDs players went up to like $1,000, and DVDs were fucking $100 a piece, like tapes were, and tapes were like $50, right? And I remember
in the 80s they were like fucking 80, bro. They were like $80.
Fucking 80s and early 90s, they were $100 a piece. I remember because I ordered Terminator 2 on VHS. I remember this. I remember because you had you had to order this movie because Blockbuster didn't stock it. So you got the DVD. I remember the first DVD we ever got was Rose Red, Stephen King's Rose Red, right? And we had a VCR DVD combo player, which was I still got it actually. It's on my entertainment system, but yeah, I remember popping that first DVD in and fucking there's no credits. What the? There's no previews. This is bullshit. What the fuck?
Where are my previews, God? Where's my 40 minutes? Where's the 40 minutes I consented to?
You mean that I don't have to watch this shit anymore? I can just start the movie whenever I want. This is awesome. And DVD still had previews for a minute. DVD still had previews for a minute.
There were those previews. You couldn't just hit menu. You had to hit skip.
Yeah, you actually had to hit skip.
You had to hit skip, and then it would allow you, but it wouldn't let you just hit menu though.
No, that came later.
That would just be too easy.
That's like when they introduced the fucking skip recap on like Netflix. Right, when you're binge watching a show, they have previously on Sons of Anarchy, and you can just skip recap, you know. Previously on Tulsa King.
So my mom had a huge fucking VHS collection, and I'll tell you how she did it with only paying for rent. She only paid for rentals generally. Generally, she only paid for rentals.
She just didn't take them back.
No, she did. But like I said,
she
my dad
dubbed the tape.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Coast Guard station had a fucking VCR. My mom was like, "Hey, we're renting this tonight. Fucking bring home the goddamn VCR from the Coast Guard station."
Yeah, and you just ran the output into the VCR, and you fucking you had Okay, so you either had a recordable VHS with the little tab already on it, and you broke that off whenever you didn't want to fucking write the new tape, or you could take a piece of duct tape and fucking put it over that little fucking hole, and you could dub the tape. That way you could record over people's birthday parties and shit.
No, my mom would never do that. But what she would do is, because blank tapes were nowhere near the amount that something like a blank tapes were much cheaper than.
But you also too, you had two options. You had SP and you had LP, right? So SP was 2 hours. You get 2 hours worth of tape onto this fucking thing, or you could long play it and get less quality, but 6 hours worth of recordings. That's what we used to do for HBO.
Yeah,
that's what we used to do for HBO, or when we did marathons. I remember we did. They had the Matricide Mother's Day match, the Mother's Day Matricide Marathon on one of the channels. I can't remember what it was, but it was Psycho 2, 3, and 4. They were doing right. No commercials. This was a big deal. No commercials.
No commercials.
No commercials. Fuck. So they did the marathon with the uncensored, no commercials.
Had to be like late night TNT or AMC. It had to be one of those two.
Or no, I think it was on Turner Classic Movies. I think. TCM.
Same. Almost the same thing as ACM.
Yeah.
Almost.
So there was we had Turner Classic Movies, and you put that shit on, and we recorded the entirety. Right, we recorded the fucking trilogy on that VHS tape. It was fucking badass.
That's what
because everything was edited. Because everything was edited for TV. Right, they edited it to be 2 hours long because it had to fit in a block of 2 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean there was shit missing, but that worked out for us because 6 hours worth of tape would record that whole fucking marathon.
See, my mom would have never done that. See, my mom wanted the whole fucking movie, and it was either going to be the whole movie or bust. So like we recorded a lot of HBO, a lot of HBO logos before the movie started.
A lot of HBO, and a lot of Skinemax.
No, they weren't shelling out the money for Skinemax. Fuck off. Not my parents anyway. Not mine.
No, dude. Most people don't really realize. Like most people don't remember what HBO was actually like stood for. Right? HBO actually had a purpose. HBO was home box office.
Box office. Yes.
So they showed
box office.
They showed shit as soon as it came out on video. They bought the rights to the movie so that they could present it, right? And you had that fucking you went through the car going through the neighborhood, right? It's like the Men in Black intro with the Danny Elfman music playing, right? And then it just rolled over to HBO. Home Box Office presents our feature presentation.
In the 80s,
dude, it was so ridiculously over the top. It was just awesome. And now all it is fucking HBO Max. This is some fucking horse shit.
So, if you had HBO in the late 80s, early 90s, like your house was the spot, man. Like, like you were a big fuck. You're like, you have HBO? Shut the fuck up. And so like my friends, whenever there was a sleepover, it was always, hey, let's go to Jair's. He's got fucking HBO.
It was either HBO or you had to pay-per-view. You had to do pay-per-view. And
then later on, Showtime showed up, and they're like, "Fuck you, HBO. Watch this shit."
Showtime showed up, and then Cinemax showed up, and then fucking Stars just blew everybody out of the fucking water. They're like, "We got all the movies that nobody else will show."
Stars was like, "Suck our movie dick."
Yeah, they had everything. We're gonna play everything.
Even the car wash movies that you've never heard of where the girls are topless, that comes on after midnight. Welcome home, everybody. Welcome home.
That's actually why HBO and Cinemax started doing it, was because Stars was doing it first. Stars was like, we're going to get porno movies. Like,
it's going to be like
was like, we should start that.
It's going to be soft core, but it's happening over here.
Yeah. And then Skinemax came in, like fucking Cinemax after 11, Skinemax. They were showing some hardcore shit on Skinemax. They didn't give a fuck. They were like, we're going to do it better.
You're still not going to see penetration, but
yeah, I mean,
it's a lot better than what's going on over at Stars.
And then they actually did start showing penetration. Right? It was Charles Barkley's wet dream, penetration. Gotta get some penetration.
Oh my God. But yeah. If you missed a movie in the theaters that everybody was talking about, you're like, what are you, poor? And then you had to wait like a year and a half before it was a hype again.
Yeah.
Like you had to like I almost missed Jurassic Park.
Dude, Jurassic Park, I'm going to say it again. I'll say this every fucking time this movie comes up. Jurassic Park holds up better than anything they make today.
Yep.
Hands fucking down. It looked fucking great.
It looks better. It sounds better. And the story is so much better.
Dude, like, okay, so the two best fucking special effects movies, in my opinion, that have ever been produced are Jurassic Park and T2. Hands down. Because T2 was like before CGI was really a thing.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember them making that a fucking like a point of the ad. They're like the special effects. And like they show the guy rewinding the part where he attaches the fucking thing to his arm. And like, how'd we do that? I'd be like, I don't know, but it's fucking awesome.
God damn it. You want a cigar lighter?
Oh, you're using your cigar lighter.
Yeah, my Vic, my flint is fucked.
My
Zippo is I gotta replace your flint.
But speaking of movies, Tony, I did something last week. I'm very excited about it.
I'm still pissed off that you fucking didn't get the movie quote that I sent you. That's some fucking horse shit, right? You cannot retain any kind of information related to movies. Because, okay, guys, he told me a secret, all right? And his words were, not one word about this to anybody. Not one word. My response, because I saw the opening and I took it, I said, gubernatorial.
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
He didn't get it, right? And I sent him, you cannot retain any kind of movies, even quotes from movies you just saw.
What is that fucking Deadpool and Wolverine? Is that what that is?
Yeah. It's a fucking, give me one word. One word.
Oh, fuck. Fuck. Now I remember. I remember now.
Give me one word. Gubernatorial. Oh, I laughed my ass off in the theater because not only did I recognize that was actually a word, right? It's just a ridiculous word. I knew what the word meant, so I laughed hysterically because I'm like, there's no way that would ever make it into a script like organically, you know? Gubernatorial, by the way, for everybody that watches this that wants to learn something, it's like, even if you don't like the podcast, at least you could say, I learned something. Thanks, Snapple. But gubernatorial means relating to a state governor or a state governor's office. So that's what it means. That's what the word actually means. So it's even funnier because it really has no bearing on the conversation they were having. It's just a ridiculous fucking word that Ryan Reynolds was like, I want to say this because there's no other way that I'm ever going to get this word into a script.
So, and staying on the topic of movies and how we had to used to suffer back in the day. Not so much suffering. You know what came out immediately, Tony? You know what came out immediately after a movie was before it was even released?
Toys.
The fucking
the toys.
Yeah, the toys, but not what I'm getting at. The goddamn fucking movie soundtrack. Like, whatever happened to movie soundtracks? That used to be a big fucking deal.
Actually, I was talking about that with the wife the other night. We were watching New Jack City, and great fucking movie. I love that movie. I love that fucking. It's the Black Scarface, and we were watching it, and there's a scene where Ice-T's running after Chris Rock because Ice-T's a cop and Chris Rock's a fucking a drug dealer.
Ice-T is always a cop. He's always.
It's so weird that he's known for being a cop in every movie and every TV show that he plays in, but the claim to fame was a song called "Cop Killer." Now, we're moving
and he is a movie. He is a literal pimp. He is literally pimping out women.
He was a drug dealer. He was a drug dealer before that. He was actually a fucking Crip. So that aside, we were watching it, and while they're running, while Ice-T's chasing him down, the song playing is Ice-T's New Jack. and I was looking at the old lady. I was like, man, it was a great time back when rappers that were in movies actually made a song about the movie. You know,
right?
Like Will Smith did Men in Black, Wild Wild West. Fucking, they made songs specifically for the film.
Like, I'll do your movie if you give me the soundtrack contract as well.
Now, I will say flat the fuck out, the 3 best movie soundtracks that have ever existed, right? Ever in life, all came out in the fucking 90s. 3
Name
best
those movies.
Yeah, all right. So, in order, guys, from best to worst, we had Bride of Chucky. The soundtrack kicked ass. Scream 3.
I have a story about that, but continue.
And Resident Evil.
Never heard that one. But on Scream 3, like, I had a buddy who really enjoyed it because, like, I bought the Scream 3 soundtrack. I was like, oh, this is a good soundtrack. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, so much Creed. so much Creed.
So much Creed.
But you also had Power Man 5000, fucking you had Power Man 5000, you had fucking who else was on that fucking soundtrack? God damn it, I can't remember now.
I can't either. But Scream 3 soundtrack.
Oh, Slipknot. Slipknot was on there. That was Slipknot's first.
Yeah.
That was Slipknot's first.
Yeah. But Scream 3 is the reason I'm such a DMX fan, actually. The soundtrack. That's the reason I'm such a big fucking DMX. That's why I'm always like, DMX, he's the GOAT when it comes to rap. Because
DMX wasn't on Scream 3.
I know. Listen to the fucking story. I owned the Scream 3 soundtrack. And you know how, like, when you had albums, like, sometimes you take them to school so you could listen to them on your skip-free fucking Walkman.
Oh, the jog-proof CD player.
Yeah. Anyway,
that was the biggest fucking lie.
It was. Anyways, I had the Scream 3 soundtrack, but this guy in my graphic arts class, he had, and then there was X. I was like, that looks really fucking cool. Yeah. I was like, he's like, I'll let you borrow it if I can borrow Scream 3. I was like, fucking bet.
And the reason we were borrowing them was because we had Windows Media Player and we were going to fucking burn a CD.
Actually,
we were going to add it to the library and burn a CD so we could take it with us.
Actually, eventually, because we kept borrowing each other's albums, and eventually he was like, "Hey, you just want to trade these albums?" I was like, "You know what? And then there was X. I was like, Scream 3 now belongs to you, Max."
Yeah. So I can go through this. So Bride of Chucky, right? Bride of Chucky had hands down the best soundtrack ever. Because name me a better fucking movie soundtrack than fucking White Zombie, Screaming Cheetah Wheelies, Judas Priest, Slayer, fucking Power Man 5000, Static X. Like, it was just so fucking good.
You know what else was a good soundtrack? But it was like a mix of 70s music and then a mix of 70s music by current artists. Was Detroit Rock City.
Detroit Rock City was a good soundtrack. I mean, really, Detroit Rock City was basically just a Kiss music video. like it was a behind the scenes. It was a behind the scenes of what the fans in the Kiss music video are going through.
Like there was a lot of Kiss music, and then it was some fucking 70s bands, and then it was a bunch of 70s music just done by current artists. That is the melting pot that is the Detroit Rock City soundtrack.
And that one disco song.
I forgot about the fucking disco song because I own that soundtrack. The one
disco song.
I bought that
disco
soundtrack.
Blows dogs for quarters, man.
I bought that soundtrack sheerly because of the fact that it had Pantera on it, and then I discovered the song Little Willie, and that became my doing song. I was like, I want this song playing every time I'm doing the White Lightning.
The White Light? No, you can't say White Lightning. White Lightning is something completely different.
Well, the marching powder, the fucking
Peruvian marching powder.
Thank you so much.
Booger sugar, white girl.
Booger sugar.
No, White Lightning is moonshine. Completely different.
That's right. He's right. He's right.
I still love that. I still love the moonshine story. The moonshine story is fucking hilarious. It's one of the greatest fucking. I don't ever think I've told the podcast about it.
All right. Real quick, sum up your moonshine story, Tony.
That's not water.
It's not water.
So this is a Coke problem.
Somebody bless you.
So Agree to Hate did a house party, right? We played a house party, and they had set up the garage as like a stage, and everybody was like in front of the garage door, and they were just having a fucking ball. And they had a bar off to the side where they served us drinks while we were playing, which is the greatest fucking idea I've ever seen in my life. And we got drunk as shit, right? We got so drunk we played the set list twice.
I believe it. Okay.
Yeah. So we went through everything. We played this fucking house party for hours, right? And after we got off stage, the DJ took over, and dude walked up to me with a fucking Solo cup with clear liquid in it.
Oh boy!
I'm like, nah, thanks, man. I don't need any water. He goes, no, it's not water. I went.
It's not water, is it? Did you do the cartoon thing, Tony? Just
fucking. Oh my god, dude. So this was like fucking home brewed fucking watermelon moonshine. And
oh boy.
I'm like, this is fucking great. He's like, you can have the rest of it. I've got 6 jars in the freezer in the fucking garage where you were just playing. I'm like, you probably shouldn't have told me about that.
At least half one of those jars is going to be missing. What?
I took 2 of his fucking jars. I took one to the truck, and I carried the other one around with me. And I was just filling up my cup. And we got fucking. I walked up to Charlie, who was our guitarist at the time, and I walked up to him. I'm like, "Hey, here." He goes, "Nah, man, I'm fine." He goes, I said, "It's not water." He goes, "Okay." And he takes a sip and he goes, "That's fucking delicious." I'm like, "I've got more. I've got so much more."
I robbed this motherfucker.
That motherfucker told me where he keeps it. He goes, "Oh, that's dumb." I would never tell you about that. And the reason he said it was dumb was because Judas was playing with us too. And I've got another update on that. So Judas was playing with us too. And Judas, there's a story about me and my brother when we were doing a cookout. And my brother bought a bottle of Jack Daniels, and he handed me the bottle, got a glass, and poured himself a glass, and just handed me the bottle. And I guess he assumed I was going to go get a glass too.
And he assumed wrong.
That is just too far to walk, so I just decided I was going to drink it out of the bottle. And he comes around for another fucking refill, and he's like, "Where's the fucking Jack Daniels?" I'm like, "We're out." He goes, "That was a whole fucking bottle, you son of a bitch."
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah. So there was that. There's that. That was fun.
Tony, speaking of fucking booze and movies, this upcoming weekend, I've ordered everything I need to host my first ever outdoor movie night.
Oh, hell yeah. I want to do an outdoor movie night, but I want to do it in a pool.
In a pool? That'd be cool.
Yeah, like floating around on an air tube in the pool. And we're showing Jaws.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That'd be fucking sweet.
So I'm torn. I'm probably either going to show Die Hard or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The original, the OG.
Of course you are.
And I still have not decided what I'm going to show yet. But one of those two movies will be playing.
Of course.
What don't tell me you don't love the OG Ninja Turtles.
I do. It's just fucking. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in a while. I haven't watched it in a minute.
Well, get on fucking Paramount and fucking bless your life, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. But I'm very excited. But something makes me very nervous. It's easy to fall down in my backyard. I have a very uneven backyard. Like I've seen
you do. I've seen you from the back. You have a very uneven backyard.
We're not talking about my backyard. We're talking about
large
the backyard. The one behind this house. Not talking about me, motherfucker.
Yep.
And like I've seen motherfuckers just take a step and then just which by the way, do you remember I remember falling as a kid versus falling now. And
oh yeah. Fucking dude, when you're a kid, you can fuck as long as you don't acknowledge that the kid's hurt, the kid will get up and fucking be fine. You can okay, so there could be a fucking meteor fall on a kid. As long as you don't say anything about how bad he's fucked up, that kid's fine.
Yeah.
I vividly remember falling out of a tree and getting up and walking it off. Now, I slept wrong last week and took myself out for 3 days.
Oh my God. Like when you fell as a kid, you didn't just get up, you fucking sprangboard back up. Like you jumped up. You're like, I'm fine. I'm good.
We're good.
Like as an adult, when you're falling, you're like, please don't snap.
All you're waiting for is that and fucking is done.
You're like, oh, it's gonna take me at least a minute and a half to get up after this.
Right? Fucking like Cat Williams. He just popped right up, hold my arm, and went straight to the hospital.
Oh my God. And remember jumping as a kid versus jumping now. Like I remember vividly as a kid, me and my cousin were climbing onto my grandfather's roof and jumping off into the yard trying to fly. And no matter how hard we tried, we couldn't get enough wind speed. But if I jump, we kept going back up over and over and over again. If I jump in place now, I am terrified.
Yeah, well, if you jump in place now, the fucking floor, the foundation cracks below you.
You wouldn't jump in place either, motherfucker.
No, I wouldn't. No, I would not.
Fucking jump up, get down. How about you go fuck yourself? How about that?
Yeah, you can go fuck yourself, Everlast. All right, fucking jump around my ass.
You know how old I am, motherfucker?
Fucking, let's see you jump. All right, crisscross can go fuck themselves.
I forgot about God fucking crisscross. Jesus. Oh my God, what a 90s reference.
Oh, that is straight 90s. That is about as 90s as you can get.
We're crisscross. It means we got to wear all of our clothes backwards.
Oh my God, dude. That shit was, you know what? It actually made sense, kind of.
It did. It did.
You put the big pockets in the front, you know, like fucking, it made sense.
But like, I just imagine trying to use the bathroom.
Oh God. No, okay. So there's a story behind this about using the bathroom. And the moral of the story is always carry an extra handcuff key.
What the fuck?
So there was a style, right? There was a style back in the 90s. And I remember the first time I ever saw it was the lead singer of Blue Oyster Cult. Where your belt loops are, you just hung handcuffs.
Oh yeah.
Right? That was cool. That was the in thing to do. Until you had to take a shit. And you had to undo the fucking handcuffs.
Oh, did you get a spot of trouble, Tony?
Oh, that's the first time I ever shit my pants in public. 100%. Like I was in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom. I was there, dude. I was home stretch. All I had to do was undo the fucking pants and sit down. And I did not make it. Always carry an extra handcuff key, guys.
I remember one time I was young. I was a kid, but like we were on our way here to Montana, cross country road trip, and I was like, I've really got to go to the bathroom. My dad, and you know how dads are, fucking hold it, god damn it. I'm trying to make good time.
Wait, hold on. We have to do it. We have to do it since you said it. We have to do it. Right? You're driving along. Kids are in the back seat. I got to go to the bathroom, Daddy. Not now, damn it. There's a truck tire. I can't stop. Oh, there's a cliff. Then your family's burning alive. Go, oh my God, we're burning alive. Here comes the meat wagon. Wee-hoo, wee-hoo, wee-hoo. And the paramedic gets out and says, oh my God. New guy's in the corner puking his guts out. All because you wanted to save a couple extra pennies. And now, in mine's get out.
But no,
I got to go to the bathroom, Daddy. Not now, damn it.
No, I had to.
Oh, Jerry's internet fucked up. Jerry's frozen. So, guys, let's talk about minorities.
Legs on the floor right in front of the fucking toilet. Jesus Christ, he's frozen.
No, you froze, motherfucker. You were sitting there like froze. This. Fucking you froze, motherfucker. It was hilarious. Let's talk about minorities. I want you to tell me a story about something that you did. Porch monkey cake. To minority this week.
Will you fucking quit fucking quoting Chris Maloney, motherfucker?
Y'all give him what he deserves. All right, I'm back.
No. What I love is fucking Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Who the fuck is Mitch and Murray?
No, I love the fucking the Chris Hemsworth thing. Do not try to hug the hologram.
Oh yeah. Do not fellatiate. Do not try to fellatiate the hologram. Oh my God. Such a great fucking movie.
Oh man. I was actually watching a movie that I haven't seen in a while the other day. I was rewatching all the X-Men movies.
That's what I've been, but I've only been watching the ones with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, nobody cares about the other ones.
Yeah. Not and not the ones with just only a cameo either. Like
yeah, so X-Men First Class.
The X-Men First Class is the last one on the list I've got to watch.
That's the one where he has the cameo. It's like, hello, we'd like to talk to you about it. Fuck off.
Oh, that's the one with the kid. Well, then I can just fucking skip that one.
Yeah, that's the one with the Hugh Jackman cameo where they're putting the X-Men together and they go to the Wolverine. Fuck off. The first F-bomb in a Marvel movie that was PG-13.
I started off with Logan, which I don't regret whatsoever.
So that actually there's an explanation as to why he aged. As to why like he was aging and he could die. There's actually an explanation to this, and you have to watch the Wolverine. You have to watch the Wolverine. So when they're stealing his powers.
Yeah.
Yeah. They fucked up his genetic code, so that's the reason that his healing factor was taking like a back seat in that movie.
Gotcha.
And they were also apparently they were poisoning the mutants' food, like shit that only affected the mutant gene. Like they were disabling powers, like they tried to do in The Last Stand.
Yeah.
Which is the weirdest fucking movie. That's probably the worst. That's probably the worst. No, I can't say that. That's not the worst. The worst was X-Men Origins Wolverine. That's the worst. That was hands down the worst.
I just got done watching the Wolverine too. I just watched that.
Yeah, fucking the Wolverine was good. X-Men's Origins Wolverine, not so much.
So I guess that means I'm up to date. I'm up to fucking date.
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past.
That's the one with James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender.
That's right. I still need to watch that one. And then I will
the whole movie depends on Wolverine, so he's in it.
So that one, and I will be fucking up to date.
Yeah, I was watching all of them. I still got to watch Apocalypse. I think that's the last one on my list.
Apocalypse.
I'm up to Apocalypse because I don't really want to watch Dark Phoenix.
So
I heard that movie sucked the balls. The movie sucked the taint and the nutsack.
So let's get into something I did, and then because I told Tony I was getting him a gift, and Tony got all excited, and then I showed him what I bought myself, and he's like, "You bought me one?" I was like, "Absolutely, no, never."
I bought him. I bought one.
And I'm gonna comb this podcast and find you making fun of it too.
And comb the desert. We ain't found shit.
But I bought myself a couple of Trump flags. And
he's coming around, guys.
No. I bought them strictly to start up some fucking controversy. I'm gonna make some people very angry. Probably make some people very happy too.
He's gonna start a controversy with his 3 followers on Instagram.
All right, trust me, it'll pull in enough people. Like this reel is gonna pull in enough people. I'm sure of it.
You've said that about every reel that gets 3 to 4 views on your fucking TikTok.
But anyways,
podcast going places.
Anyways, I bought a couple of Trump flags. I'm like, I have a project in mind for him. Like I still fucking hate the man. And so like I showed Tony, I sent him a text. I was like, bought these, have a plan. Devil face. And he goes, "Oh, you bought me one too?" I was like, absolutely not. He's like, I would never contribute to anybody's Trump stuff. Like if I'm buying,
I was never a big Trump fan, but I've come around because he's better than the horse cocksucker. And good old so I actually
I managed to infuriate Tony yesterday because one of the Trump flags shows Trump as like this fucking badass commando, and so I was like, Walz is more of a commando than Trump is, and I could hear
fucking guard.
I could hear Tony's head exploding. Still closer than Trump ever got, motherfucker.
Trump got shot. Tim Walz has never been in combat.
All right, Trump should not have been shot, though. All right,
he shouldn't have. It happened.
That's just a lack of security. That's a lack of security when there was a plethora of security.
Like 9/11, it was an inside job.
I still
love that. I still love that. That picture of the time traveler with Bush. Like the time traveler comes back and they ask Bush, "Is like, is this before 9/11 or after 9/11?" And George Bush goes, "Before." I laughed hysterically at that.
I haven't seen that, but
it was fucking funny as shit.
If I'm buying anybody a flag, though, there's only three flags I would send to anybody. One is an American flag. Second is a Montana flag. The third is a pride flag. Those are the only three flags I'm contributing to fucking anybody.
So patriotism, statehood, and retard flag. Got it.
Oh my God, you're so gonna get us canceled, motherfucker.
Let's talk about that shit. Let's talk about the fact that they're just making shit up now. All right. Fucking Sam Smith has apparently coined a new fucking sexual identity that he refers to as semi-bisexual.
Fuck, I only had 57 minutes. Or I only had 7 minutes left. I only had to get through 7 minutes. And I fucking put him on.
No, hold on. Because I said this, and everybody just went, what the fuck is semi-bisexual? That means, and I quote, you are bisexual, but you are only attracted to one specific gender. You're trying to get in on a technicality, motherfucker. This is bullshit. All right, you're bisexual, but you're only attracted to one specific gender. So basically, you're just gay or straight at that point. That's it, right?
Yeah, I'm a little like, I hate to side with Tony. I'm a little confused. You know, whatever.
They're just making shit up at this point, because the whole point behind being bisexual. Now, I understand preferences. Okay, I understand it. I know some bisexuals that are fucking they have a preference. Like, I know bisexuals that will date men, but it has to be a very specific type of man, right? But fucking like they like women, right? It's a bisexual dude that likes women, but is holding out, like they're leaving the door open in case they meet like John Stamos or Ryan Reynolds. I understand that, right?
I think I'd probably put out for Ryan Reynolds. I'd be like, I don't want to do this, but fucking, it's gonna make one hell of a story.
Jerry's gonna get goblinatorial, fucking. but
I'm not putting anything in my mouth. God damn it, not putting. But
I understand, I understand that. But like bisexualism, where you're only attracted to one specific gender, that's you're either heterosexual or gay.
I hate siding with Tony, but he's making a point.
Yeah, you're trying to get in. You're trying to get into the community on a technicality. All right, this is bullshit. You're just making shit up now.
Oh my God.
I still love the thing where the tranny was in the women's restroom and a dude came in to clean it. It's like, there's the man in the women's restroom, and I just felt uncomfortable. I'm like, you're kind of making our point for us, but.
Oh geez. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is there any last minute topics that are not political that we can touch upon?
Speaking of touching upon, let's talk about Michael Jackson.
Actually, I found my Degenerate Army T-shirt, and I just want to assure everybody. We'll never give.
Still hasn't been recognized.
We'll never give Tony the satisfaction of ever wearing it onto the podcast. I'd have to lose a horrendous fucking bet to give him that kind of satisfaction.
Terms are acceptable.
Tony's like, challenge accepted.
Oh. We were talking about gun rights the other day, and they said they said, how pro gun are you? I was like, grenades. Fucking like, I should be able to drive an Abrams down 95. That would cut down significantly on fucking tailgating, by the way. If I could turn that turret around and point it at the driver behind me.
So you want to? So not only do you want to wear that, you want a functioning one.
Yes.
Not one where they've taken the pin out.
No.
Like you're like, I want the firing mechanism, please.
Yes, I would like that. That comes with it. I've seen the brochure.
Well, just get rich. They let the rich have whatever the fuck they want.
They do, don't they?
They really fucking do. All right.
Yeah, like
when you're rich,
Democrats get armed security to come out and tell us what we should do with our guns. They get private planes. They get private planes to fly to summits where they talk about energy conservation.
All right, when you're rich, you don't go to prison. I'll say that much.
You don't. Vince Neil only did 30 days and he killed somebody.
Excellent Airheads reference, by the way.
Vince Neil only did 30 days and he killed somebody.
Oh my! I haven't watched that movie in fucking forever. It's such a great movie.
B. Arthur, outstanding. Fucking great movie.
So what are you gonna do about it? Yank, improvise.
Oh, just yank that motherfucker's nipple ring out. I still think like we were talking about like movie quotes that stick with you, and the one that always stuck with me, the one that I will never stop quoting, besides Borat, of course, is from Me, Myself, and Irene.
Oh my God, it's such a great fucking movie.
I love Me, Myself, and Irene, where he's pissing in the dude's fucking convertible because he parked in the handicap spot, and then the handicap guy walks out, "Get your cock out of my crate, you son of a bitch!"
Son of a bitch.
It's such a great movie.
It was so underplayed. It was so undersold.
It was.
Like if you've not watched Me, Myself, and Irene, do yourself a favor right now and go watch that fucking movie because we're getting out of here.
That's a fucking great movie. Go get it now, right? Don't be like Jer, who still hasn't seen Falling Down. Go watch it right now.
Right now.
And Jer, you go watch Falling Down, you son of a bitch.
I kind of want to watch it, Me, Myself, and Irene now.
But guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, go fuck yourself.
If you're here from the shorts, thank you so much for coming over. He doesn't mean it.
Yeah, I do.
Yet. He doesn't mean it yet.
Yeah, I do.
All right, you have not had enough time to know about the Patreons. So he's going to give you a time to catch up. He's going to give you 2 weeks to catch up, and he's going to shut the fuck up.
Wait a minute. I've got to do it because you said a time too, and that just put it out there. That you know what that fits. That fits. If you're watching this on YouTube, yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell. But oh, we got a time to kill on the podcast now. Fuck yes. But guys, we love each and every one of you, and we'll see you right back here next week for another episode of Shut the Fuck Up.
Shut the fuck up.
He's always late. I don't
give a fuck. Later, guys.
Love you.